Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, or if you're new, welcome. We're going to get back into part 3 of the 5th live stream Amber did, called Let's Talk About the Drama, the one where she responds to her aunt and says some pretty unhinged shit. So let's get into it and see what Amber is going to be talking about in this live stream, or this part of the live stream.
About things that don't matter. I wanted to ask you, and it seems like my chat is pretty interested, if you're interested in chatting about the blackmail.
Okay. One thing people...
She was trying to come up with a lie. Oh my god. She laughed at busting you, your literal aunt. It's fucking unhinged.
Probably don't like a lot about me is I'm overly honest. I'm overly blunt.
You're not overly honest, love. You lie. You lie a lot.
I'll kill you with kindness, but when you ask a direct question, I am not going to lie to you. That's just the way it is. So, I was in a very abusive marriage for almost 16 years. The kind of marriage that put...
Should I start saying, but how come when I lived with you guys it didn't seem abusive? Does that mean you're lying? Like how she does for me?
I really hope that Aunt Tammy used the wrong word or is exaggerating, because you just know when a relationship is abusive. Like, you don't even have to live with someone to get an inkling, to get like just a bad feeling about a relationship. So to live with someone for weeks or months on end, you know when a relationship is bad. And for Amber to say that, like, that is truly disgusting.
The fear in your soul to leave. The kind of man that looks at you in your eyes and says, till death do us part. And he means it. Okay? So, during the end of my marriage, I started going out with my mother to karaoke. My mom used to be a very, very good singer. Not only karaoke, but she used to perform back in the day in California. So it's something that we enjoy doing. I met a man at a karaoke.
You know what? She might be drunk. She sounds it.
Show.
Again, attacking her credibility in an attempt to make her look bad, like, that is a hallmark of narcissistic abusers. Like, they're going to try swaying people's opinions, not by arguing the points and trying to make themselves look better or the situation look better. They're just going to discredit them because they already look bad. Might as well bring that other person down to their level, so that way everyone in the situation is shitty.
He was actually running the karaoke shows, and I kind of took a liking to him, and it kind of surprised me because I'm not that kind of person. I do value the vows of...
What does her marriage have to do with Amber? She's probably talking about the fact that she cheated on her husband for a long time, and I thought it was wrong. And like I said, I was early 20s. This was like, maybe I was 22. I might have been 22. And I just didn't agree with it. So...
Rather ironic that you had this really negative feeling about not wanting your aunt to cheat, but you were perfectly fine with cheating and being the other woman in multiple marriages.
Marriage. Very much so. And I will try everything before I give up. So when I started getting these feelings, it was kind of like, what's going on, you know? Well, I ended up falling for him, and I ended up having an affair with him. And it was, like I say, very, very different for me. My character, it was just something that you don't really plan, but it happens. You know, people can hate me for it, but it happens all the time, and it happened to me.
I do have to disagree with Aunt Tammy. Like, the way that she's acting and making it sound, it seems kind of like she's trying to minimize it, and it's a bit of a side-eye thing to me. Like, it's giving me a bit of a weird vibe. But I can understand why she's probably doing it, because she's probably heard time and time again how much of a shitty person she is because she has cheated. So it's probably just a rehearsed thing by now. Like, oh yeah, I made a mistake, I fucked up, I know what it is, can we just move on?
So, and at this time I'm living, I have kids still in the house, I have a couple grandkids. Like, it was a total secret kept from everybody. At that time, my sister's staying with me, and my sister doesn't know this is happening either. And, I am going to come to the city. I'm living in the next city over.
But it's just like going to show that, like, bro, you're not perfect. Like, we all have our fucking bullshit. And it's like, I'm never going to sit here and just outright say it all. But you want to? Like, I could never be that person just randomly out of nowhere. You know what, you guys? Let's have a spill session on someone for no reason whatsoever. It's weird.
I mean, yeah, like none of us are perfect, but the majority of us have not done the shit that you've done, Amber. Not even half as much. So trying to argue the idea of perfection, it doesn't really make any sense because we're not asking for perfection. We're asking for basic human respect towards your partners, your friends, and your family. Like if you can't even do that and you think that's perfect, you need to raise your fucking standards a little.
I finally tell this man, I'm going to have to tell my husband. We're not barely even talking.
Like, this is weird, man.
At this point. I'm not living like a double life, but, I said, I have to tell my husband.
I guarantee you he hates himself after this for having to entertain this. I hope so.
We were talking about if we wanted to make a future together and all those things, So we're in the process of that. And that very next day is when Amber tried to blackmail me, and she said things like,
Mary.
And it was to try to get my sister to come live with me again, because I would not let her back in my home. She said, I wonder what your husband would think if she knew you were doing what you were doing with the karaoke guy. And that's how...
Oh no, 22-year-old Amberlynn didn't like seeing her mom homeless. So she blackmailed and said, oh, I wonder what your husband would do. Isn't that what she's been doing this whole time? Like, what are you... I'm literally so confused. Holy fuck. I'm lost.
I knew she knew.
Amber, you can try to pretend to be stupid all you want, but we all know why you threatened to do that. You knew what the outcome would be, or potential outcome would be, and you still attempted to threaten someone with that. That is fucking sick.
And then she used it
Well,
against
the
you.
very next day, she threatened because she knew.
I didn't tell
It
anyone.
was on her because, like I
Irrelevant. It does not matter if you told someone, you threatened someone with that. You threatened someone with violence to get your way. That is the type of person you are. You are fucking demented.
said, I had already told him the night before I was going to have to tell my husband. It was getting to that point. No, I did not expect it to be.
I love how I'm the bad guy in this. Someone is cheating on their actual husband, but I'm the bad guy because I was like, well, what would your husband do if he found out? But yeah, I'm the bad guy. It's not the cheater. I feel like I'm in unhinged land.
That next day.
Yeah, Amber, you're pretty unhinged. You are absolutely goddamn unhinged. The fact that you threatened someone with violence and you think just because they cheated, somehow that makes you justifiable, it doesn't. No, not even close.
By all means, but because of what Amber said, I told her, well, joke's on you, because I was going to tell him anyway. So I walked right into the next room and said, guess what? You were right. I am having an affair, and we're done.
Oh my
So
gosh.
it backfired on her, but the fact that she tried made me pretty sick. I was just like, wow.
At what time?
That made you sick? I didn't try. It was something I mentioned as a 22-year-old child, pretty much. Young adult, excuse me. I know people will take that and run with it. But yet, you could sit here and do all of this crazy unhinged stuff, and I've never done this to you, and this is not the first time you've done this to me? Okay.
You did attempt to threaten someone with blackmail. It just didn't work because she told the truth and told her husband she was having an affair. Otherwise, you would have blackmailed someone. You tried to hold it over her head and use the thought of potential violence against her so that way you can get what you want. Just because it didn't work doesn't make it any less worse. What? I mean, she's an abuser, that's why. Like, she doesn't give a shit because she abuses other people, so she doesn't care as long as she's not the victim of violence.
Like, what year was this?
This was in 2011 or 2012. I ended.
Oh, I wasn't 22 then. I was 20. I was 20.
You're fucking sick. Like, straight up. Like, there's no other words that you can say other than just sick. And I don't mean mentally in the sense that you have a disorder. I just think you're an evil person. The fact that you can look back at that and just laugh the way that you do, there's something wrong about you. Just pure goddamn evil.
Okay.
Getting with that man, I ended up having a mini stroke kind of thing, was put in the hospital. The doctor said, hey, I told you need to reduce your stress or you're going to die. Well, you came close to it. And from that moment on, I never returned back to my home. I went to my mom's house to recover because I had Bell palsy and I was paralyzed halfway on my left side. So I had to do some speech therapy, some walk-ins, some physical therapy. And I walked away from that marriage. And then I ended up getting with that man.
Also, you were just trying to survive in the chaotic environment they created. Yup.
And I'm happily with him 13 years.
God.
That's not blackmail, Spooky.
Just listening to Aunt Tammy speak is just so goddamn sad. Like, imagine going through a divorce and then having a stroke, learning to walk again, learning to speak again, dealing with all the stuff that you got to do with your mum, your sister, your niece, and everything else in your life. And Amber's over here going, I didn't blackmail you, even though I said I just blackmailed you, but like, it's fine because you cheated, so therefore your fault, and I'm in the right because I didn't want my mum homeless. Like, the fact that you can even hear this shit, Amber, and still continue to think you're in the right, like, no wonder nobody wants to be around you. Just pure goddamn evil.
I love that.
That's not blackmail.
Story. He is the cream of the crop. So,
Oh my God.
They say love story, but their marriage is so boring and lame that they had to get a girlfriend on the side.
Okay, and, like, one of your partners is polyamorous and two of them cheated on you, so what does that say about your relationships?
yeah. So it's something she tried to use against me, but it didn't work. But the fact that she wanted to was very hurtful.
Yeah.
I had taken her and her brother from California on a trial stay with me before they turned
And living with you was one of the worst experiences of my life.
18. In fact, I think she had just turned 18, but he was under, and they wanted to stay, but I told them they had to go back and do it the right way, the legal way. But by all means, come back to me. I'll take you in a heartbeat. You know, he came back. Tony didn't. He's been in and out of prison ever since. So
You didn't have to say that part, but go off.
I mean, she didn't, but at the same time, you have also spoken about that, so it doesn't really matter. Like, you have mentioned both your dad and your brother being in and out of prison, so it's not like she spilled some big secret.
Well, thank you for sharing your story. I mean, I'm sure that there's way more that you could say about all this. You are more than welcome to.
Will you be cutting contact off with this lady after she's done this to you? Yeah, fuck her, sit on it and spin, bitch. And yes, I'm talking to my aunt that way. I am irate. Fuck the, oh, blood, stick together. Family is supposed to be important, and I have been so unconditional with my family, but it's like, fuck this. Like, I forgave her the first time she did this. I forgave her the second time she did this, and the third, not the fucking fourth, bitch. I'm done.
I mean, by the sounds of it, Amber, she's already made up her mind, so you don't really have to worry about cutting contact.
Well, thank you so much
just
for
like
your
her
time.
dad in California. That's another thing me and my sister are fighting for. You know, my sister wants to play this Christian role, recovery, sobriety, this great person that I did think she was for many years in sobriety.
She is that. Do not fucking talk shit about my mom. Do not talk shit about my mom. That's one thing you're not going to do. Say what you want about me, but do not talk shit about my mom. If anyone's going to mess with her sobriety, it's you. Because you're out drinking alcohol all the time. Your girlfriend does drugs. Like, literally stop right now while you're ahead. Genuinely stop. Please.
But turns out she's turning into this different person, which is a whole nother strain. But she still is married to that man. Still to this day. Even though she lives with another man for, I don't know, 10 years, something like that.
My mom and dad have been separated since I was 15 years old. It happened when I was 15 years old. So it's been a very long time.
Now, 12 years. I personally have gotten divorce papers done, like literally sign at the X, initial here, initial here. She hasn't served them. We went out to California. We went out to the courthouse to get the divorce paperwork once again. While we were right there, still didn't do it. She likes to be married to her abuser. Make that make sense.
I mean, ultimately, it is Mama Lynn's decision. Like, she wants to stay married to her ex-partner. That is completely up to her. Like, I'm not really going to speak on it much other than I think it would be a good idea to get divorced. But if she doesn't want to, then leave her be. That is her decision.
Amber doesn't really talk about. I mean, there was one time where her mom's current boyfriend's name was leaked by one of Amber's exes, and she got all pissed about it because they were saying
her
that
stepdad. No, it's my sister's long-term boyfriend, or he thinks he's engaged. My sister's never going to marry him. She's made that very clear. How could she? She's still married.
Oh, yeah. She was.
This is like about, hey, let's talk shit about my sister and my niece. Like, this is weird. This is weird. We write it down for Mama
One
Lynn.
of the exes of Amber's was implying that he was acting inappropriately toward Amber at bingo or
Jordy.
something. Which,
I wasn't there, of course, but I seriously doubt that. I know
Never
my
happened.
sister's partner, and he's a really cool guy. He's very laid back, and he probably can't stand Amber. 'Cause, you know,
We actually get along really well. Shocked to hear, right? I almost just said shocked to hear auntie, but I'm never going to say those words ever again. You are Tammy Lynn Robertson, and I literally despise you in this moment. You're a horrific person. No wonder why your daughter literally wants nothing to do with you. And you know what? I sat there and stuck up for you last time I saw her, but fuck that.
Damn, she is going full mask off. Like, I could imagine this is what Amber's like with her partners every single time she doesn't get her way, and I can understand why none of them want anything to do with her after they break up. Like, every single one of them are just like, fuck this.
So, I mean, all the craziness going on right now, I'm sure that you have more to say about Emily. What do you think what's going on with this cat? I mean, have you seen the stuff about Rarity?
Oh, I'm about to get pissed.
yeah. I knew there was more to the story.
There isn't more to the story. It's exactly what I fucking said in my last live stream, and that's it.
Because things weren't adding up. One thing I can say about Amber is she does love her animals very, very much. You know, back a while back ago, I remember Dale things about, you know, maybe the dog's nails being too long, or you know what I mean. But my God, you know, it happens to people. You know, like it's not enough to be like she's an abuser in my head. You know, she loves her animals. She always has. We've even fought over animal names before because she stole the name of my cat. That's another funny story. Like, what's the chances of two people wanting to name their cat Wasabi?
I do have to hand it to Aunt Tammy. Like, she might have a little bit of a blurred vision when it comes to hate and criticism and really calling Amber out on certain things, but she's able to defend her on things that she believes is still defense worthy. I personally believe that Amber is an abuser, because if you neglect an animal to the point where its physical health is in danger, then yes, you are an abuser in my opinion. You don't have to physically harm an animal in order for an animal to be abused by you.
Oh, she took Wasabi from you.
That's a whole story that actually me and her daughter recently talked about. You're such a troll that sure. I swear I was wearing this before all this happened, but that's funny as fuck. I'm glad she can sit there and say that I love my animals, because that do be true. Like, they are literally my actual heart and my soul. And the whole thing with the Wasabi, I would love to share that story. So when I named Wasabi, like, she freaked out. I had no idea that she wanted to name her cat Wasabi. She stopped talking to me for 6 months, maybe a year because of it. And she slandered me to her daughter. It's a daughter that I saw recently, like a month or two ago. And we were cracking up about this. Like, she was saying, how could someone get so mad about the name? And I was like, I never even knew she wanted that name, never in my life. Because my initial thing was I wanted Wasabi and Ginger. I thought it would be cute if I ever had, you know, got another cat or whatever. It never like turned into that, because when I did get a second cat, which was Rarity, Ginger just didn't fit her at all. But anyways, that was crazy.
Yeah.
She took my name, and it's in text. Another fight we got into because I don't believe. No way. No.
She never told me she wanted to name her cat Wasabi. Never, ever. And I will literally swear on my own life, on my pet's life, on everyone's life that I love, on everyone in the world's life. She never told me that. So it has to be one of the most unhinged things that she has ever argued with me about.
Oh yeah, I could definitely say that. Like, Amber is definitely that type of petty in order to take a name from someone. Like, if she had the ability to get pregnant, she would definitely take a baby name from someone else just to be a smartass. Like, I could see that 100%. Like, that is some spiteful shit Amber would do.
Ever. Lady acting like the world revolves around her. Shannon, it is crazy. It is genuinely crazy.
Says the woman who made an entire YouTube channel about herself and her life. Like, hello, the phone call is coming from inside the house.
Oh,
way. I was big into sushi. I wanted an orange cat with green eyes, and I was going to call him Ginger Wasabi. Whatever. She got the cat first. I was living in an apartment waiting till I got...
wait, hold on. Please address the Hecticana merch. Did you lie to us?
Nah, mate, that is way too coincidental. Like, that is 100% bullshit, Amber. You definitely did that.
Into a home so I could have a pet. We lived in our apartment for 9.5 years before we bought our home.
A normal aunt would find that endearing.
When I got my pet.
Probably
so
Spencer.
I just, took too long.
Yeah.
So she beat me out and got wasabi. But yeah. But regardless, she does love her animals, in my opinion. Of course, I'm not physically with her, but just by what I've, picked up over the years and conversating and all that. The thing of the cat getting out, the thing I had the problem with is timing.
I have resting sad face.
I know she'll lie for her girlfriends. Just
like do you guys remember,
to lie for her, so you can't really, you gotta play detective when you're messing with Amber. You just have to. So she came home when she did, I felt was way too soon after losing her. So I felt like she had to know more than what she was sharing.
I don't want to talk about Emily or the whole situation with that, but I came home when I did because I was genuinely not happy there. Even Emily knows that. It's something that I said repeatedly over and over. I was not happy.
And then now knowing more, it all makes more sense.
Nito, I do.
Fighting and that, my sister was going to.
You said you didn't want to do merch because you broke up.
But,
yeah.
There's a whole bunch of little mini lies all in that.
But like I said before, I was protecting her.
Scenario too, and she says she never was going to move there. Okay. That's why we had conversations on we're going to get a moving truck and she was going to give away the couch in her apartment to my daughter and all these different plans, but we were never going to move there. No, that wasn't her intention. She just lies all the time.
It seems all like it.
Move here?
And she says she never lies. She's always telling the truth.
I'm confused.
Well, that's another lie. Surprise.
Again, I'm confused. I'm so confused. Amber, you heard what she's talking about. You know what she's talking about. If there is text messages of you wanting to move to Emily's home, then yes, you are full of shit. We just have to wait for those texts to be revealed, because if she is saying that, I feel like she probably does have some sort of receipts on you.
So, I guess it's really anybody's guess. But, just personally, I think that Amberlynn would prioritize her own relationship and trying to hang on to Emily. And if that meant doing something risky with Rarity, I think she would.
Because you're a fucking sick freak and you probably would. Look at your fucking eyes, especially when you're in your car in the van and doing your stupid little vlogs that I have to watch through Yo-Yo Mama because I don't miss a single thing that he watches. And I have to see you in the fucking, sitting in some weird parking lot eating your fucking food all the time because that's the only thing you know how to vlog because you don't do anything with your life but play fucking World of Warcraft and fucking pay attention to every fat girl on the fucking internet, especially Amberlynn Reid because you're obsessed with her. So yeah, that's what you would do because I can see it in your fucking eyes, but I would never fucking do it.
Funny how quickly that rolled off the tongue. Like, Amber pulled out some Eminem dissing shit right there. So I'm willing to bet she's probably pulled that on a couple of her exes.
It is very hard
oh my god,
to wrap my brain around that concept. But
yeah, Auntie. Tammy, it's hard for you to wrap that around your brain because you know I would never fucking do that, and you knew how much Rarity fucking meant to me. The fucking timing is crazy off the chain coincidence, and it fucking sucks. It fucking sucks. If I wanted to stay in Wisconsin, I would have came up with some bullshit like, oh, I'm sick, or oh, my legs, or oh, I can't go. I would have came up with something that had to do with me. I would not ever put my fucking animals in harm's way like that.
Except you did, Amber. You put your animals in harm's way when you decide to chase someone out of their own home, not check the door for 20 minutes, and then decide to go to bed and not check your animals to see if they're all in the house still. Like, you did in fact do that. And thank you for admitting that you use your physical health as a way of trying to get out of certain things, or trying to manipulate people into getting to stay longer or doing things for you. Like, congratulations, you have admitted that you are a manipulative person and you will use your physical health to get out of certain situations.
imagine that way of
These lives are making things worse. I'm fine.
thinking like, hey, I'm gonna let my cat that I love so much outdoor in this weather.
Auntie Tammy, Aunt Tammy, whatever you want me to call you, think with your head for 3 seconds. You know I would never, ever in a million years do that to Rarity. That's why you're sitting here saying, I don't think that she would do that. Because I didn't. The timing is hectic. And for Jordy to like literally manipulate so many people into believing I did it, that's called defamation. That's called defamation and slander. Look up the definitions. And Jordy's lucky that I'm a lazy fucking bitch, or his ass would have been sued forever ago. Because he, and among other people, aka the ankle, has made so many people believe the most absurd shit I've ever heard in my life. You're lucky I'm lazy. You're lucky. That's all I gotta say. You're lucky I'm lazy because, honey, I got the money. I got the time. I got the lawyer. But I'm lazy. And most of all, I got the facts and I got the truth. I'm lazy. That's it.
I mean, did they defame you though? Because there's a difference between saying, hey, I think Amber did this, and saying, hey, Amber did do this. And I don't think they said that. I think they put an opinion out there and people saw your pattern behavior, things that you're willing to do and have done in the past, and go, yeah, that sounds about right for Amber.
Just to stay longer with
That's it.
Emily. But then you hear all the fighting and all the accusations made all throughout there, and I'm just so confused. I don't know what happened.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think we'll ever truly know.
I literally told you, Jordy, get your head out your fucking ass. I literally told you.
No.
Hate to break to you, mate, but people don't believe you because you are a compulsive liar. You lie and manipulate the situation to get what you want out of people. And now that people have seen you time and time again lie about anything and everything, you can't be trusted. Ever. So you saying the truth doesn't really matter because nobody's going to believe you.
But I know now she wants to be with the feeder. So obviously she doesn't want to ever lose weight, and she's going to die of obesity. So once I can swallow that pill, I can...
What did you say to my mom today? You want to know something that she said to my mom today? She literally straight up said, you're going to be the first one boo-hooing when your daughter dies. Who the fuck says that to their sister? You're going to be the first one boo-hooing when your daughter dies. That's not a normal thing to say to someone that you love. That is not a normal thing to say to someone that you love, no matter how mad you are. Because you know who's going to be the second one boo-hooing? Probably her. Probably her. But it's going to be fake. At least my mom's boo-hooing is going to be real.
Yeah, that is a messed up thing, and I can agree with that. You know what's also messed up? You being 600 pounds, dating a feeder, dying, and then leaving your mother heartbroken because her only daughter is now gone. Sometimes people need a reality check, and those type of situations, it is harsh to say those things, it's harsh to call someone an enabler, but sometimes that's what they need in order to be brought back to reality.
And Auntie, you're kind of fat too. I mean, we're kind of a fat family, okay? Besides my grandma, she's skinny. My grandma is skinny. But like, hop off it. Literally hop off it. Like, you're not better than me just because you weigh less than me. And I never said I wanted to be with the feeder. I'm so tired of that word. Oh my God.
Start moving on and like truly letting the dream die. Because I've been holding on for literally...
Cash, she's not worried about me. She's not worried about me at all.
Like I say, decades onto a dream.
Well, did you see the other day that she said on stream when she and Emily broke up, she laughed and said, well, I guess I can lose weight now.
I'm a troll.
Yeah.
That was to me.
Just like she lied to you guys, she lies to us too. You know what I mean?
She lies to us too. I haven't lied to you and I don't talk to you. Get a life.
It's not just you guys. It's like when you're like, she's a feeder. No, she's not. No, she's not. Oh my God.
Because I didn't know she was or is or I don't fucking know. Like, it doesn't matter. Oh my God. Let's talk about your life, bro. Do you want to talk about your girlfriend? Do you want me to spill tea on her? Because I will. I got the time. You're in a relationship with someone that's off the chain too. Do you want me to get into it? Because I will.
Honestly, it's funny to me. Like, seeing Amber try to redirect the conversation to her aunt's girlfriend is pretty funny, because she knows that she wants to get back with Emily, but she can't do that because now she has to accept that she would, in fact, date a feeder. So it's like, oh, I can't really say that. Oh my God. Shift the conversation. Call out a girlfriend.
No, that's just the haters. That's just the haters. To where she gets my sister believing the same stuff just because Amber says it. I'm like, do you know your daughter? She lies.
Well, does your sister not watch any of the stuff online?
She says she doesn't. I don't know.
You don't know her. You don't know her. You have not talked to her in 2 years.
Amber, you're in your 30s, and your mum and aunt are in their 50s. They've had close to 20 years without you, like before you were even born. And then on top of that, they also had X amount of years where you weren't even in the picture. So they know each other very well. It's you that don't really know your aunt, and it's you that don't really know your mother because you don't even put any effort into learning who they are as people. They're just family members to you, an extension of who you are, and nothing else.
Well, how would she take Amber's side?
Huh?
Well, how would she take Amber's side? You think that she's like just trying to stick by her no matter what?
My sister is trying to make up for where she fell short for.
She's on my side because she knows that all of this fucking hate bullshit isn't real. My mom has seen it firsthand. My mom has been literally right there when something happens, like something so small as like I get recognized every single time I leave this fucking apartment and I go somewhere, like with a population of people who are there. I get recognized, and my mom is there to see it. My grandma has been there to see it. Literally, my stepdad has been there to see it. Everyone. But then the reaction channels and the haters are like, that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. And then my mom's like, well, yeah, it actually does. And then people are like, oh, Mama Lynn's now just lying for Amberlynn. No, it's because, and that's just like a small example. It's because genuinely, my mom sees the truth. My mom knows the truth. I'm with my mom a lot. Like, we spend time together. My mom knows my deepest of secrets, my deepest of everything. Like, my mom sees what I go through. She's not going to sit here and believe fucking reaction channel rumors because my mom is a witness to my shit. That's why.
What is the point you're even trying to make, Amber? Because it doesn't make any sense. Like, your mom meeting a fan or two doesn't equate to 11, 12 years of abuse. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, she wasn't around when you were mentally, emotionally, physically, and financially abusing multiple partners. And she's only going to get an obscure version of the truth because you're telling your truth, not the actual truth. So whatever she knows is what you tell her. And I really doubt that you're going to go up to your mom and say, hey, guess what? I have abused multiple people. I'm just like my father. Do you want to see my backhand?
You know, you can get it. You can get it. And I tell you, man, if my sister can get it, literally anyone can get it.
And that's something I've always said. If my mom can get sober, literally anyone can get sober. Like, genuinely, anybody.
Okay, Amber, chill, because the way that you're making it sounds like an insult. And, like, we're still not going to forget that you're nearly 600 pounds.
That we wouldn't be talking right now. And I might as well just tell you that reason, because that's what's going to come up next, right? Well,
You're not talking now because of you. You're freaking crazy.
why aren't they talking? Why aren't they talking, right?
Yeah.
It's 100% greed. 1,000% greed. When my sister was early into recovery, I just started buying my home.
You and your sister with your
No,
relationship?
it's over my sister wanting my mom's house 100% to herself.
Well, yeah, I mean, lots of families fight over.
Yeah, but do you not talk to your sister for 2 years because your mom said something about a house?
You haven't talked to her. I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone.
I didn't even say anything. That's why my sister hasn't talked to me. She said because of greed. Because when she was early on in recovery, you know how usually your parent passes away, right? And if there's two siblings, it's usually 50-50. The one, if they want to keep the house, they buy it out, right? They buy the other half of it, right? Well, me knowing that my sister, I mean, we didn't even know if she was going to keep her job, an apartment, if she was even going to keep her sobriety at this point, right? And I was doing well. So because I loved my sister, I wasn't worried about the
My mom's the only sober one in the family besides me now, so.
details.
Yeah, maybe because you're not addicted to alcohol or drugs, Amber. You're addicted to food. That's why you're 600 pounds. Unless you're trying to say that you are addicted to alcohol and the people calling you out when you were drunk streaming were right and you owe them an apology.
You could move right into mom's house. We don't worry about it. You'll have a roof over your head, you know? My mom would say, well, doesn't she have to pay you, your half? This conversation just kept coming up. My exact words was, don't worry about it. We'll work it out. Even if she has to pay me $250
This rambling's
for the rest of
insane.
her life. We'll work it out. Don't worry about it. you 2 years ago, they were outside smoking a cigarette, and my mom brought up a conversation about the house to me.
See, this is what I'm talking about. My mom and her got into an argument 2 months before I moved here. So the argument had nothing to do with me. Like, I was so excited to go to the Thanksgiving and just to have a relationship with not only my mom, but I get to have one with my aunt now. But my aunt took out her anger that she had on my mom onto me. Yeah, Katie.
If the argument was so bad that she didn't want to continue having a relationship with you, Amber, why did she do a virtual tour so that you could check an apartment out that you're going to move into? Why did she invite you to her house multiple times and continue to message you for months afterwards? Doesn't make any sense.
I said, was Mom, I don't think now's the time. And my
Mary,
sister
this is unhinged, huh?
wanted to question me about it, and I again said now is not the time, and she blew up on me and said, well, I've already got it in my head that that's my house. That's my house. And it just blew up from there. Things have changed since then. You're 10 years sober. You have the
My face is all red.
job, making really good money. She's in the same relationship. She lives in the same apartment. That's some stability, right? So what would make her not do it 50-50 now?
I believe Aunt Tammy is telling the truth, and Amber knows what really happened, because she wouldn't be acting dismissive, she would be calling her out. Like, she wouldn't be doing the eye rolls, the exaggerated breathing, shifting the conversation to her. She wouldn't be doing any of that if Mama Lynn was in the right.
199 people out of 1,000 would agree with, but not my sister. She thinks she should have it all because...
Yeah, Lexi, it's weird. So what made her come out was because she saw me in complete distress online, and she literally watched it happen and said, how can I make it worse? Like, this is crazy behavior.
Honestly, the main character syndrome with Amber is just like, it's exhausting. Like, she honestly thinks she's part of the Truman Show or some shit. Like, this is one big theatrical play and she's the main character. It's not. Like, you're a very toxic person in a family of toxic people, and you chose to air that drama out online, so now the people who are in your family are coming in and trying to set the story straight because you have put so much shit out there. And by the sounds of it, Aunt Tammy has dealt with a lot of your shit, a lot of your sister's shit, and a lot of her mum's shit. Not your sister, her sister, and her mum's shit, that she's finally just gonna say, you know what, fuck it, let's put it all out there.
It's crazy. You know, and I was gonna, when I heard that she hates Snowflake so much, and of all the people for Emily to talk to, Snowflake, and da-da-da, I looked at my husband and I said, well, I guess when I'm ready to talk, I know who I'll talk to. Because Snowflake so much. You know, and I was gonna, when I heard that she hates Snowflake so much, and of all the people for Emily to talk to, Snowflake, and da-da-da, I looked at my husband and I said, well, I guess when I'm ready to talk, I know who I'll talk to. Because if it...
Wow, how weird is that? Vindictive fucking see you next. Are you kidding me?
Honestly, shady as hell, but I am here for it, and I think the reason why is because Aunt Tammy sounds like my own mother. And funny enough, my mum found this out in her 50s too, that she's always been the one to deal with everyone else's problems in the family, and then nobody's willing to help her. And then over time, that resentment just builds and builds and builds and builds. And every single time she tries to address it with someone, they say they're going to change, they're going to do better, something new is going to happen, and, you know, they'll get over this period in their life and they'll be able to give support to her. But it never happens. And then you just get to a point where it's too much and say, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to burn all the bridges. That way they won't contact me. Even though, you know, my family members still come back and try to contact my mother all the time. But it's never for, hey, how are you? How you doing? Happy birthday, Merry Christmas, anything like that. It's, hey, can you solve this problem? Oh, you know, our brother's being a dick. Oh, you know, our sister's being a twat. Can you solve this? Can you fix this? And she just goes, nope, block, see you later. And I honestly think that's kind of like Aunt Tammy too. Like, this is her way of burning all the bridges and just making sure that they won't contact her anymore.
All for what? All for what? That's like me looking at her pain and saying, ooh, let me do that with a remix. Like, are you kidding?
You mean like how you did early in the live stream when you brought up her daughter, saying that she wished death upon her own mother? Like, you did that out of spite and for no other reason.
Like, what is, like, that is crazy. Like, I know she's watching right now. You are insane. You are insane. My mom and I will never speak to you again.
I know Amber tried to make that sound like a punishment, but it really doesn't sound like it. Like, oh, my narcissistic, abusive niece doesn't want to talk to me anymore. The horror.
She mostly doesn't like Snowflake because do you know the reason why?
Because he points out factual stuff about her?
Well, specifically, he has made videos talking about SA that Amber has experienced, and he has cast doubt on some of the stories that she has had to say, and they kind of butt heads.
SA against her, or?
Yes.
Okay.
From a cousin or something like that.
Oh,
But I understand this is a very sensitive topic, so I mean, if you don't,
I hate that Jordy had to like bring this up because that was his way of like trying to like get my aunt to say something about it. My aunt was not in my life at that time. I was by my cousin when I was 7 years old. I told my mom when I was 12. That is something that happened. And that lives with me every single fucking day. Every day.
Honestly, Amber, I wish I could believe you, but we can't. We just can't. Like, you have lied about this multiple times. About Casey, about anything and everything, even the smallest tiny little things that don't need to be lied about. Nobody can trust you. And as much as I would say that, like, I hope it never happened to you, like, I just hope that you're not a liar either in that regard. Like, we know that you lie about everything else, but something about SA and lying about it is sacred, like something you should just never, ever do. Because it's just hard enough to deal with the fact that there are plenty of people out there who will never get justice, but to find out there are people who are lying about it is just another level of evil.
I don't know. It gets really hard. You know, obviously hearing people talk about your family, knowing some, assuming the other. You know, at the very beginning, it was really hard to hear all this hateful stuff about my sister. Even though I get her past is her past, but I mean, my God, you know, she's made some wonderful changes, and overall, you know, has done a lot of great things. It does a lot of, you know, for people that are still out there sick and suffering. I've seen her give out a lot, you know, so she's trying to do the right thing. So it was really hard to see negative things at times, but it's like I don't know how you're. You know, everyone likes my mom, so you're kissing her ass right now on live, but you literally just verbally attacked her a few hours ago in her messages out of nowhere, all because my mom was like, why are you doing this? Like, you're so fake beyond belief.
God, Emmy, you're not going to start crying again, are you? Like, dude, it's called criticism and nuance. Just because your aunt is criticizing your mother behind closed doors doesn't mean she's going to slander her to the public audience. Like, she understands the difference between hate and criticism to an extent and is willing to at least be kind to your mom and say, hey, even though you're doing something wrong right now, you are still growing as a person and you're doing far better than what you were doing 7, 8 years ago. Like, she could see the difference. And she's able to at least acknowledge that, even if she's having issues with your mum right now, where you can't even do that. You see that your aunt is doing something wrong because she doesn't want you and Tommy to continue being together because it's a toxic relationship that even you said is incredibly toxic. If you can see the toxicity in it and you want to continue being in that relationship, your aunt is going to disagree with you. And that's why you hate her right now, is because she's gone to the point where she's so fed up, she's just burning all the bridges and doesn't want anything to do with you anymore, and you can't handle the fact that you are not being agreed with. Like, you just expect blind followers, and it's ridiculous because she's not a supporter. She's your aunt. She's going to criticize your bad behavior, and you should listen to her because she has more experience than you.
I guess that never will end. They'll always say, you know, oh, she was a drug addict and she had drug addict. Well, I mean, she really meant it when she says she's addicted to watching you and everything you do online. Yeah. She really meant it. A lot of people, I had drug addict family too, but I don't sit around and use it as an excuse why I got pregnant early, why they didn't open my legs. I opened my legs at 16. You know what I mean? I get so tired of people blaming their childhood their whole life. Because you lack empathy, you lack sympathy.
Who fucking cares? Who blames what on what? Like, if you feel in your heart you are the way you are because of your childhood, like, if you love someone, like, you care about that. Like, that's why there's therapy for adults, because that's a real fucking thing. That's a real fucking thing. And I'm tired of having people who are so invalidating. Now, someone in my own family is so disgusting and invalidating. You wouldn't have therapy for adults if that was a thing. Like, you wouldn't have the ACE test if that was a thing. Like, it is so just cruel. It just drips and lack of empathy. That's all it is. You have zero sympathy and zero love and zero care for me. It's that simple. Just say it. Like, it would be easier. Genuinely.
Funny how Amber's mind works, isn't it? Like, Amber expects her aunt to get over things that she did 10 years ago, but she's allowed to bring up and talk about things that happened 20 plus years ago. Like, everyone needs to listen, everyone needs to accept it, and everyone needs to give Amber leniency for the things that she does in her future because she had trauma as a child.
To you, I wish half of the stuff that happened to me didn't either. But at what age do we say, okay, I'm either going to get over this with help? Like, I did 16 years of counseling.
And the growth I have had, like, me and my mom are like the closest we have ever been.
That's not exactly what she's talking about. She's talking about the growth of you as a person, not your relationship with your mother, which is still incredibly strained by the sound of it.
Mom, I'm currently live streaming and everyone can hear you, so...
Okay. What did you want?
So, Tammy, I'm not even gonna call her auntie anymore. I'm so fed up. She went onto a reaction channel and talked about you, me, personals, and completely twisted the narrative.
Like, about what?
Just about everything. Why you guys are arguing, things that I did when I was 17, things that I did in my early 20s, that I'm nothing but a lying manipulator, like, literally turning me into, like, the actual villain. Like, I'm gonna order my villain costume after I get off the phone. Like, it's crazy.
Wow.
So I'm currently live streaming right now, reacting to the things that she said.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like, she's off the rocker. I don't know if she's not sober, but something's not right. Something is not right.
I don't know what's going on.
Because it came out of nowhere.
Yeah. I have no idea what's going on. I don't talk to her.
Neither of us do.
Okay, I'll tell you.
And she's sitting there telling people how I have been so horrible to her for 2 years now because I never talked to her. Mom, how many times did I message her and she just didn't care?
Yeah.
It's hard to don't talk to you because you moved downtown.
Yeah.
So it's just like...
You moved where she wanted you to.
Yeah, I know. I didn't even share that story. It's so much. It's layer on top of layer on top of layer. And it's just like, I'm sitting over here having to defend myself, talking about me when I was S8, when I was a kid. It's just like, the fact that that's even being talked about is just disgusting.
That's terrible.
Yeah, I know.
The conversation has only just started with Amberlynn, and she's already done. Like, she's giving one-word replies. Like, she is not interested whatsoever.
So, it is what it is, Mom. I'll see you in the morning. Did you have fun at bingo?
I lost, but yeah, I had fun.
Okay, well...
All right, well, I'm sorry all this is going on. I just had to quit. Like, she was being so mean to me, I just quit texting back.
I know.
Thought, well, if I keep texting back, I'm just feeding the fire, so...
No, Mom, I made it very clear in my live stream that she was verbally attacking you out of nowhere. Like, you're not like that. Like, you are not like that at all. So I ended up actually messaging her. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay, I ended up actually messaging her. It was before I went live. And I was just like, I was very calm, but I was just like, why are you doing this? Like, you saw me struggling and you literally were just like, oh, I'm gonna make this worse, like, blah, blah. Her response was...
Why's our apartment... Hang on, why's our apartment open? All right. Oh, sorry, Amber.
They don't talk, Cass. It literally, all of this popped off today. This is the first time they've talked in forever.
Yeah, I don't talk at all.
Yeah.
My sister.
But yeah, I messaged her this well thought out thing, and all she could say was, funny how you reach out now, but not for the last 2 years. Goodbye, Amber. I'm like, what? Like, it's so unhinged, I just don't even know. Yeah. It's never.
I don't know.
But I
have to set healthy boundaries for myself, so.
Exactly. Like, Amberlynn said, she wants healthy boundaries and doesn't want to deal with the arguments anymore. She's not talking to Aunt Tammy, and here Amber is dragging her back into the conversation. Like, leave your mother alone. She's not engaging, and she's only doing it out of obligation. Stop talking about it.
So she's talking about how I need to, like, move on from all the stuff in my childhood, but yet, I'm sorry, but I'm officially an Aunt Baby. Stop. Thank you, B. But yet, she's going to sit here and talk about things that happened when I was 17 and 22 and all this stuff. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, So I have to move on from crap that genuinely hurts me inside of my soul, but you don't? But you don't? Okay.
He continues to stay trapped.
Yet you've been doing the same thing throughout this entire live stream. Oh, that happened when I was 18. That happened when I was 20. That was 10 years ago. I've already addressed this. Why do you keep bringing it up? You're only doing this because of X, Y, and Z. Like, why do you get to tell other people to get over something, but then expect them to listen to you when you bring up stuff that happened 20 plus years ago, which, yes, it is bad. Like, I agree. What you went through was shit, but you're nearly 40. You're getting to the point where you're closer to 40 than you are 30. So maybe, just maybe, it's time to get a therapist and move on.
Spoil her mom, my grandma. She don't do shit for our family. Nothing.
She don't do shit for my family. Do you guys not remember all those gifts I got my grandma for Christmas?
Honestly, no, Amber, just don't. Like, just straight up don't. Buying Christmas presents is not the same thing as helping your family. Like, your relationships are transactional. That's why you think helping people is buying shit for them. Just stop.
When she goes out to eat with my family, she don't pay.
Oh,
When she goes out to eat with my family, she don't pay. Let me repeat that. When she goes out to eat with my family, she don't pay. First of all, it's not your family, it's our family. We share the same family. And I only ever go out to eat with my mom, my stepdad, sometimes my grandma. It's very rare that my grandma's there. My grandma has a hard time getting out, and she only likes to go to the Chinese buffet, which I love because she loves it there. But it's very rare that we eat out. And whenever we eat out with my grandma, my mom likes to pay. She likes to pay for her daughter and her grandma at the same time. It's like something my mom said one time, I forget. She just likes the whole 3-generation thing, and she likes to be able to pay for her daughter and her mom at the same time. It is what it is.
Alright, cool. So you don't pay for your family members. Like, that entire long-winded speech was for nothing.
But when I go out to eat, like with my mom and stuff, there are times that I pay, and then there are times that my mom pays. But how the fuck would my aunt know she's never there? Me and my mom do not speak to her. She's making this shit up as we go. It is terrifying.
Is Amber just finding out right now that people can have relationships outside her? Like, your mother might not be talking to your aunt, but that doesn't mean your grandmother isn't talking to your aunt. And she might be talking about you and your mother to her daughter, Aunt Tammy. Like, people can have relationships outside you, and just because you're not in their physical presence or they're not in your physical presence doesn't mean they don't know what's happening in your life, Amber, because people talk about other people. You can do that without talking shit. Although that being said, I got a feeling that Grandma Lynn is talking some mad shit about Amber.
It is terrifying. I went out to eat one time with my aunt. It was my aunt, my grandma, my mom. Several people were there. Guess who paid? Me and my mom split the bill. Hop off my ass and stop lying.
That's the thing, though. She isn't outright lying, Amber, because you admitted that you don't pay for the majority of the bills when it comes to restaurants, like your mother does. So she's not entirely lying.
Ever, even though she drives her all over the place.
oh, I was about to say, oh, she should at least.
She is
if
slurring
she's gonna
big
be her
time.
Personal taxi like that.
Big time.
It's owed in Amber's mind. I mean,
And here she is back to degrading because she has no real argument against what her aunt is saying. So now she's got to attack a character and not the argument.
Yeah.
so
Gets to a point.
And yet she still, you know what's funny about this whole thing? Yet she still has never said what I did wrong in these 2 years. Why she decided to do this. She talked about shit from what? I was 20? Like, what is going on?
Honestly, even if she did, Amber wouldn't be able to accept that because she can't take any accountability for anything. It'd be like, break it down, case by case, show evidence, bullet points, small words, go slow so even Amber can understand. And it'd be like, oh, so you hate me because I'm fat. Oh, it's because I have BPD. Oh, because of X, Y, and Z. Like, that would be Amber's mentality. Like, she would shift it to something else. Oh, it's because of my mom. It's because of my dad. It's because of my grandma. Oh, everyone but herself.
up and make things better. There's nothing they can say or do at this point. And that's why I'm doing this, to make sure to, Lock it in. Destroy
Oh.
anything that could have possibly been left.
Let's listen to that part again.
Point. And that's why I'm doing this, to make sure to, you know, lock it in. Destroy anything that could have possibly been left.
That's why I'm doing this, to destroy anything that could have been left.
At this point. And that's why I'm doing this, to make sure to, you know, lock it in. Destroy anything that could have possibly been left.
Oh boy. All right.
Crazy unhinged behavior. She said she tried to reach out and be there for you and wants to be in your life. Not true.
All right, Tammy. Well, I'll let you go. I'll let you digest all of this, and I really appreciate your time again.
All right. Thanks for your time.
All right. See ya.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. Like, she's done with everything, and she wants to make sure there's no reconciling with Amber or her family members because she doesn't want a relationship anymore. That being said, guys, this is going to be the end of the video. I did watch the rest of the live stream. There wasn't anything interesting, just Amber signing off. So we'll be coming back for a couple more live streams to catch up. Amber is taking a bit of a break, so hopefully by the time she comes back, I will have finished all the live streams and got back to some foodie content. I know some of you guys have been holding out for that. I do apologize. I've just been super busy. I've been trying to keep up with 2 videos, but sometimes I can't even do that. So hopefully you guys don't mind too much, and I get to see lovely people in the next one. Bye-bye.